think happened today?
It's pretty obvious. We don't have to sugarcoat anything. Our defense was unacceptable, but we're going to have to make the necessary adjustments. I think our offense was good enough. Shot a decent percentage. It's just when they got everything they wanted today, so we're going to have to fix that.
Talking about Hibbert, did you feel he got the position? Was that the biggest thing he was allowed offensively to get the position he wanted to?
He was 5 for 13. I'm not going to pay too much attention to that. I think we got him in good situation. He went to the line 13 times.
What about the difference in free throws? I think they had it was like 30.
Yeah, it was plus 22. Yeah. Plus 22 on the free throws.
More aggressive from their side, or just?
We're an attack team. We attack the basket a lot. I have no idea. I don't think so. Yeah, they were aggressive today. They had a different disposition and an energy about themselves today. But it was a huge difference.
You talk about a different disposition. Was this all about playing against you because they had not played well at home during the playoffs? Is this all about getting?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's the Eastern Conference Finals. We've been going at it for 3 years now, and they're trying to win a championship. And they came out with the right effort. I mean, we didn't expect to see those same teams that were struggling before, and we knew that coming into this. So, they hit first, and we're going to have to respond on Tuesday.
Can you talk about guarding the three-point line in Game 2?
Yeah, we'll do a better job. It just really came off of penetration. We didn't guard the high screen roll well at all today. I mean, they got slips. They got drives to the basket. And then when we started collapsing late, that's when they started kicking out. I think they made their first 4 or 5 threes. And a team like that, when they start making three-point shots like that, we're not going to win. So we have to do a better job.
I think we asked you the same thing when you lost at Brooklyn, and I think you responded by saying sometimes it's good to lose. Not good to lose, but it is a wake-up call that does shake it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, a loss in the playoffs is always a wake-up call. And we know what we did wrong. I think as the game was going on, we felt it, and as players, we understood. So we're going to do what we're supposed to do. We're going to get to the spots we're supposed to get to, but defensively overall, we're going to fix the problems. We tried fixing it, but they were on such a roll that it was pretty much too late. I mean, we cut it to 9-7 points, and they were in too much of a rhythm.
Chris, what about you getting into your offensive flow? Are you concerned about that at all?
No. I just have to make some shots. I had some good looks. Sometimes you miss them, sometimes you make them. So, like I always say, I believe in balance. I'll shoot the lights out next game.
Chris, how do you keep a team off the free throw line like today?
Well, I mean, we can't get into the penalty early. It's going to be a physical game. So, I mean, we can't skip that part. Physicality is not going to change. But we can't get them into the penalty early. I think they got into the penalty in the third quarter with like 7 or 8 minutes left. And, we have to just really do a better job of our initial defense and really just be aggressive. So I think we'll do a better job next game of, playing solid defense and not giving up 20-some-odd, 30-some-odd points from the free throw line.
Chris, they by far played their best game today, not even closer after the first couple of rounds of these playoffs. Can you get caught up in that when you're watching tape on them and they look good and they look real bad, and can it affect you a little bit as you start a series, even though it's Eastern Conference Finals?
Well, I stopped watching them, to be honest, after a few times. And, we know how it is. We've been there before. People will bury you and say you're done and you're finished. And, they emerge from all that and they're here. So that's all that matters. We know that they're going to play good basketball, and we're going to have to play better in order to beat this team. But, it's a series. Like I said before, I think we have a good feel for what mistakes that we made. Offense is going to take care of itself. It's all about defense.
All right, Chris. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Chris.
James, right behind you.
They're a veteran team. It's been battle tested. So we know this is going to be a tough one. One game does not a series make, but you look at where things went today. How do you turn it around quickly?
Well, we'll have the benefit of the eye in the sky, and the old truth tape will reveal a lot about our shortcomings in game 1.
Did you
So
guys
we
expect
surprised
this?
by far. I mean, it's not even close. They played their best game in the series. Is it? We've all sat and watched them in the first 2 rounds. I'm sure you
Yeah,
have too.
that's,
They've been-
that's why we
Can you get caught up in
we
that
didn't,
at
we
all?
didn't buy into
Okay.
their tale of woe. We knew what we were dealing with. Excellent home team, a team that always plays tough. That's 3 years, so we weren't surprised by their effort and their shot making abilities.
Shane, can you talk about guarding that 3-point line in game 2, which you guys really didn't do that good a job today?
Well, we have a lot of penetration. We're slowing our rotations, and we'll shore that up in game 2.
Hibbert do anything different? It looked like they really wanted to get him going, even though he didn't make a lot of the shots, but he did get a lot of free throws
Well,
today.
you know, I think they had whatever they wanted, to be honest with you. If they wanted post-ups, they got post-ups. They wanted pick and roll, they got pick and roll. We did not do a very good job of taking away anything from them. They had a full offensive menu, and you just cannot do that and expect to win on the road.
Thank you.
Talk about the free throw difference. What causes something like that? Big difference.
We weren't very sound, obviously, and just put them on the line 35 times, and that cannot happen if you expect to win on the road. You have to be fundamental and play a sharper game if you're not sharp.
Offensively, you guys scored enough points, shot well enough. It just basically comes down to defense.
Yeah, 94 points is usually a good number against these guys. But again, to allow 50% from the field and put them at the line 35 times, give them threes. We did. We're going to win that game. Win this game doing that. No way.
They got off to such a good start. Were you surprised they were able to keep it going? I mean, they still ended up at 50%.
I don't think we really offered them a lot of resistance pretty much the entire game. We just said we need to get 3 stops to get back in this game, and this never seemed like we get those 3 stops in a row. And they just had very good momentum the entire game.
You guys didn't have that many turnovers, but it seemed like late they came at times when you were making a run.
Yeah, our turnovers were fine. I thought we scored 94 points against these guys. 94 points in this building against those guys is a very good number. Usually that's a winning number. Our trouble was on the defensive end.
Jim, what do you think the reasoning was to go with having the 7 a.m.?
I don't know. We're trying to find something that worked. My best guess.
You say 3 stops going through, you had to see 10-point or 9-point game, I guess it was, right?
Yeah. Up there the first 2 rounds. Every time we played them, especially in this building, they moved the ball, they shot the ball, and so we sort of expect that from that. We didn't come in expecting them to throw up 65 points against us. No way. We knew they were going to give us a good effort. They're going to share the ball and be aggressive.
When you guys have so many breakdowns, like you said, you're kind of in between mindsets throughout the game. What's the process the next day? Is it more film, more court time?
Yeah, it's just establishing definitive rules and coverages. Okay, when this happens, this is how we're playing it. And that's what everyone else is expecting you to play pick and roll and just become more definitive. When you become more definitive, you become more aggressive. And that's basketball. And the more aggressive team wins. 95% of the time. So we need to capture that defensive aggression.
You find Spo talks more